Hi guys, it's time for the second 6 months. This is where we left off. That's the 6th month, and all I did is 7 was cut this flap 7 1/4 by 7 1/2, scored it at a 1/2 inch, and put it on the left side. Real simple. So I just went ahead and did that without you. That's the back of the 6th month. Okay? Just a simple flip. Okay, we're going to go on to the next page. Just grab another of your blank pages. This piece of paper is, let's open it up so we can show you exactly. It's 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. And it's score at the 1/2 inch, which would be at 6 3/4. Fold, put your tape on, find your sides. We're going to do this so it'll be a mirror page to 7. See how 7 opened up that way? We're going to put this one over here, and then they'll mirror each other. Okay, so let's get our tape off. Been a busy day here in the craft room, but this album is going to be really cute when we get it finished. Okay, so that'll be 8. I'm going to write that on there. You don't really have to write which one. It just helps me to know, if I've left anybody out. So the back of this will be 9. Okay, this is 8 that we just finished, and we're going to turn it over and work on 9. And to do that, I've cut a piece of paper that's 7 1/2 by 7 1/4. We're going to score 1/2 inch on the 7 1/2. Going to fold, burnish, add some tape. And we're going to put this one on the top. And we'll probably come back, just a flap to me is boring. So we'll probably come back and put like a pocket under it, or, I don't know, we will definitely jazz these up. So just stick it to the top. Kind of center it or between the two sides. And just put her down. Yeah, we'll do something underneath there. I'm going to write 9 on the top. So that completes 8 and 9. And we will go to 10. Okay, so now we're going to work on 10. So we need a new blank piece of paper, one of your pages. For that one, we're going to put 4 flaps, 2 top and 2 bottom. So you're going to need 4 pieces of paper. I think this is 4. 1, 2, 3. Probably see your view is changing. I think my phone's going to fall out again. I'm going to have to get a new tripod. So we're going to cut them all together, not all together, but 2 at a time, just to be a little quicker. And they will be 7 1/2 by 5 1/2. So let's cut the page in half at 5 1/2. That'll save us some paper. We won't even need these 2 sheets. What was I thinking? 5 1/2, and then 7 1/2. Perfect. I love it when I can save paper. Don't always see that. 7 1/2. Okay, that gives us 4. we're gonna score them on the 5.5 inch. Well, no, we're not. We're gonna score them on the 7.5. I don't know why I wrote that. Looking at my notes, we're gonna score them along the top because we're gonna put them 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. So score it on, no, I wrote it right. You're at 5.5 inches. I don't know, dyslexia. So turn it long ways down, score at 5, okay? Just score at 5. Can't explain myself on all of them. I see things sideways and I'm more often than not switching gears. There goes my phone. I can feel it's coming out. Yeah, so fold, burnish, and put tape on all of these sides, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so grab your next piece of plain paper. This will be 10, and these are your flaps that we just made. They are 7.5 by 5. Remember, they were 5.5. And you were going to fold and burnish. So they're 5.5 by 7.5. Then fold and burnish. We're going to put 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. Oh, my phone. Sorry, it just will not stay in the tripod. Okay, we're going to try this view with a different tripod. I'm sorry about the arms. I don't know why. I'll show you. Lift you up. See that little tripod right there? Just keeps falling out. So, till I get a new one, we want to keep going on with the baby album. So, this was our blank page with a side opening, right? Side opening. We made it 5.5. Scored at 5, put it on the top. So we're going to put the rest of them on. So when you do that, I hope you can see. I'm going to take off the tape. This is just like building a waterfall. Take off a little bit of tape. Oh, this is the one that broke. I'm going to put that tape back on. And pull it from the other end. I don't know why it broke, but it would be easier to pull from the other end. Okay. So this, let me bring this up so you can see it. Remember, it goes right along the bottom flap. You don't want to cross it, you just want to go right up at it. So where can you see this? Right there? Put it, if you remember what I've said, if it sticks over, we're going to trim it. And that looks pretty good, actually. Okay, I'm going to glue that part down on that side. And remember this tape I pulled off because it broke? I'll go ahead and pull that off because that will be hard to get to later, and pull the rest of that. Okay, sometimes stuff happens. Okay, to get the other 2 on, which are going to go at the bottom, like this, I'm going to turn this whole thing around and act like that's the top. I pull a little bit of tape off. I think I'm going to stand up. Pull your tape out. Open her up. Grab your next one. Pull your tape. And right up to the bottom. Okay. All right, so we have 2 going up and 2 going down. We're going to need to burnish those because it's pretty thick. And we'll devise some kind of closure system. All right, we shall move on to 11. Okay, I'm really sorry for this angle, but we got to get this done. So this, let me show you. I just took a piece of 8.5 by 11. See, right there, it's 8.5 by 11. I cut it at 5.5, which is the middle. And then we're going to score across there 1/2 inch. We're going to have to trim it at the bottom because it's going to be too long probably. Yep, definitely. So there's 1. There's 2. And let me get my trimmer because definitely going to have to be trimmed. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it so I can see what the finished size will be with it folded. It needs to be 7 1/4. Let's fold it that way. It'll be much smarter. 7 1/4 right there. Okay. So overall, this whole piece now should be, gosh, 7 3/4 by 5.5. 7 3/4 by 5.5. Then you can score it 1/2 inch and you'll be perfect. We're gonna put them one way or another on there. We'll figure that out. So let me go ahead and do it this way since I've already finished it. Okay, I'm definitely in the market for a new tripod. I knew that several days ago. So I'm refilming because the tripod kept falling off or my phone kept falling out. And that was one very long day. If that hadn't happened, we'd already have this 6 months up. But anyway, we can overcome anything. So tape goes on your flap. I think we'll make them go this way because I do want another flap coming over because this kid is now getting to be 11 months old and you know, more stuff's happening. So I'm gonna put that on the side. So just kind of line it in the middle. And pull your tape. Okay, open that one up. And these, of course, we've done this once before, so we want to make sure these are nice and tight with each other. Okay, I see something right off. That needs to be trimmed just a hair. It's not going to fit up under there. Just a hair. So now that should fold. Yeah, okay. So we're going to get those together, top and bottom. And just put it down. Okay, so we have all right, I'm crazy. All right, so we have a left and a right opening, and we're going to put a flap at the top as well. Okay, this is our flap. Let me sort of show you. It is 7 1/4 by 7 3/4. And we're going to fold. We're going to turn it to the 7 3/4 width and score 1/2 inch. That would be at 7 1/4. Fold and put some tape on. And before we start decorating this thing, I will have a new tripod, I promise. Dina said she liked the overhead view. What kind of tripod did I have? And I told her, don't get it. It's not working out. And sure enough, eventually it did fail me. Okay, so take your tape off. And we're going to put this right at the top, right in there, just centered top to or side to side. Okay, right on that one, 11. And this one was 10. All right, we're making progress. Okay, we're looking at a very happy month 12. What I've decided to do, I've cut 2 pieces of paper. This one is 7 3/4 by 7 1/2. Score it 1/2 inch. Put your score tape on it. This one is 7 3/4 by 7. 1/2 inch smaller than that one. This one is going to go under here at the top. And this one is going to go on the side. And what I want to do, I think, is cut a square out or an oval or something. I'm going to look through my dies, put a piece of vellum here, and you will see under to the baby picture that's on here. So I'm going to look for my dies, see what I got. I'll probably go ahead and cut it because this new tripod is on the table and it will shake terribly. So I will get back with you when I have that. This is our 12th month. I shopped my stash and I picked out these 2 stitched dies. I don't know where they came from. I've had them a long time. But I went ahead and cut it out because it would have shaken the table very badly. With this new tripod, it is on the table. So this piece is 7 3/4 by 7 1/2. You score on the 7 3/4 side. I ran that through my Big Shot Plus, which I'm very glad I invested in because this page is 7 1/2 wide and you can't get that through your regular size Cuttlebug. And so since I do a lot of baby albums, yeah, I really appreciate being able to do that. So I picked out the other nested one, 2 of them, because when we do the pattern paper, I will cut a border probably, I don't know, we may use, so I used the smaller of the 2, so I have that option anyway. Okay, so what we're going to do is attach these to our 12th month. Make sure we're sideways. Still don't have my tool. It must be over my other, where my computer is. All right, so this one goes on the top, the smaller one goes on the top. Okay, and that one is 7 3/4 by 7 inches, scored 1/2 inch for this flap. Okay, this is going to go underneath. Let me make sure I don't need to trim that down. Is that going to fold? Let's just double. That's going to be hard. I'm going to trim a little bit off of the edge of this. I think I'm going to take it from the top. I wanted to leave space at the bottom to maybe put one of those stickers like, you know, baby or some sentiment or something. So I'm going to take just 1/4 inch off of the top. Okay, so now, now it won't hang off of the bottom. So we're going to put it there. We'll open it. And of course this is going to go first and this will go on top. So push that flap out of the way. Take off your tape. And let me tell you what size this is, since I did just take a little hair off. It is 7 1/4 by 7 1/2. Okay, 7 1/4 by 7 1/2. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to put this along the side. staying away from the very top because you're going to need that room to fold. Right on the edge. Okay, and we'll open that one up, flip that one down. That one will go on top, and in here, be a sweet little picture of the baby. Okay, shop the scraps again. This is the 12th month. We're going to turn it over and work on the back page. Usually I reserve the back page, and this will be the back cover, inside cover. I'm going to do a pull down waterfall on the back cover itself. So I want to do something not too heavy right here. So I shopped my stash and I found, you know, the same. I just cut these down. These were in their, they are about, let's see, just a little over 3.5 inches each, and they're the same height, or I think they're 7 1/4. They're not. I want them to be like that and then have a closure right here, but I don't have enough to fold my 1/2 inch to put them down, right? So back to the stash, and I found these 2 little strips, and I cut them to the right size, and I'm just going to score them down the middle. They're about 1 inch wide, and we'll just use connector strips instead. It will work just the same. Okay, so let's fold these. Okay, let's just glue them to the back, or we'll tape them to the back actually, if I can find my score tape, which, where did it, standing on my cord, that's not good. It has disappeared. Nope, it's right here. Great. Okay. Let's see. Put score tape on the back. Stick it near to the outside edge. And then just pull it off. And then turn it over again at the outside edge. I can't see, I'm going to have to stand up. You could use tape if you, or glue if you wanted. I'm sure that would work just as nicely. Okay, let's do the other one. I'm looking forward to the decorating of this. Oops, and I got away from my outside edge. Just gotta be careful. Let me put some glue right there. Okay. Did it go over? No. Okay. All right, let's put these on these little strips. And also one other thing I'm gonna do, sometimes when I cut these papers, where the blade digs down, it will leave a raised edge on one side or the other. I don't know why it does that. It bothers me. It bothers you. That's a surefire way to fix it, and it doesn't take but a second. I don't know why it wants to raise up the edge. All right, so just take one of your strips. Got my tool here, so. And this is the one where I got a little out of line. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on that. Right in there, if you can see where there's no tape. Okay. Okay, tape. Just glue it down. It looks like it may be just a hair long. And if it is, course, you know what we're going to do with that. Hold it carefully. It wants to slide with the glue on there. There we go. Okay, is it too long? Yeah, just a little bit. I'm going to take my knife and go along the side of the paper and let that be the guide. Just slice it off. Okay, let's do this one. I only put glue on that one because it was against the outside edge. The inner edge doesn't matter so much, but you definitely want it tight at your outside edge. And this one may be too long too. I don't know, it's just a little bit. No, this one actually looks right. These littler ones are harder. Okay. All right, that will provide our flap to glue it down to our page. So make sure we're straight up and down. I've made that mistake too. And just center this. It's a little bit, you'll have about 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. Just center it up and pull your tape. It would have been really cute. I've got a very cute little tiny scalloped edge die. Would have been cute to run that through. All those things add detail, and if I was selling this book, I'd probably be doing that to it. But this one is just practice for me like it is for you guys maybe. Okay, make sure your flaps are the same height, top and bottom. Okay. All right, so we will devise some kind of little closure system for this, probably out of the paper pack. If it has a little cut apart, that'd be nice to put there. You could turn it and then open it. I'll show you that. We'll also create a pull down waterfall. I don't know if you're familiar with those. They're very cute. And we'll do that on the back cover when we get to that. Alrighty, I hope you've enjoyed this process of building the pages. Now, next thing to do is to start decorating them. And I have left the hinge to the last because what I'm going to do, I've not done it before. I'm practicing with you guys. I hope that you're not afraid. I was thinking about it. There's a mathematical way to decide how wide your spine needs to be for these 7 pages. And I know how to do it that way. But I was thinking, you have all these pages, which let's just pull them over here. This is 11, so that's 12. There's 10, 9. Where's 8? It's in here. Anyway, they're out of order, but anyway. So what I'm going to do is build a hinge for 7 pages because that's what we have. And then as far how wide as the hinge is, I'm going to cut my spine to fit. You don't need no math. If I can ever not do math, that's a good day. Alrighty, thank you for watching. This is going to be really, really cute. I love the paper, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Have a good one.